Can you ever behave normal again after finding out your husband or wife cheated on you? Think about that for a second. Because according to one person who lived on both sides of betrayal, the answer is a million times no. And honestly, the reasons why are terrifying. I found the story online recently, and the person writing it said something that stayed in my head for days. They had been cheated on, but they had also been the one who cheated in another relationship. So they understood both sides. And what they said was brutal. They said people think marriages recover after affairs, but most of them don't. Not really. Maybe the couple stays together. Maybe they even stay together for life. But the relationship never feels the same again. They explained what happens to the person who gets betrayed. And honestly, this part hurts. They said, the moment someone cheats, you realize they risked losing you and decided it was worth it. That thought never leaves. Not during dinner. Not during anniversaries. Not even years later. Because once trust breaks, your mind never fully stops asking questions. Where are they? Who are they texting? Are they lying again? And the worst part, even if they apologize, even if they cry, even if they swear it'll never happen again, you now know they were capable of looking you in the eyes while hiding another life. The writer said the damage goes much deeper than people realize. It changes how you see yourself. You start wondering, was I not attractive enough? Not exciting enough? Not enough, period? And even when people tell you, it wasn't your fault, your confidence still gets destroyed. Then come the triggers. Songs, movies, restaurants, places, tiny random moments that suddenly remind you of the affair all over again. And according to the writer, those triggers never completely disappear. But then, the story takes a turn most people don't expect, because the writer also described what happens to the person who cheated. And surprisingly, they said those people suffer too. Not sympathy, just consequences. They said, after the affair ends, you lose both peace and freedom. Because now, you spend the rest of the relationship trying to prove you're not lying anymore. Explaining where you are, who you're with, why you were late, why your phone was silent, why you smiled at a text. And even if your partner forgives you, you know deep down, they'll never fully trust you again. But this next part was probably the darkest thing in the entire story. The writer admitted that many people who cheat still secretly miss the affair partner years later. Not always because of love. Sometimes because the affair represented escape, excitement, freedom, validation, a version of themselves they no longer feel allowed to be. And now, they have to bury those feelings forever, while pretending everything is normal. The writer ended with this. In every case I've seen, the couples who divorced eventually healed, but the couples who stayed together often stayed trapped, still hurting, still suspicious, still angry. Even years later. And then came the final line. The cheating itself was the moment the marriage ended. Everything after that was just people trying to survive the damage. So now I want to ask you something. If the person you loved most cheated on you, could you ever truly behave normal with them again? Or would something inside you permanently change forever?